Today, I'm here to talk about agriculture, but not the traditional type of agriculture you might be thinking about. Today, I'm here to talk about farming without soil, hydroponics, the science of growing food using water, nutrients, LED lights, but as I said, without soil. So today I want to show you why hydroponics are more than just a futuristic-looking science experiment, but why they're something that will impact our world and our food systems for the better. Here at Riverdale Country School, we have something called a freight farm. It's a vertical hydroponic system built inside a repurposed shipping container. You step inside and see rows of leafy greens growing under bright LED lights, roots suspended in peat moss and flowing in water, not buried in soil. It looks futuristic, but it works. So this past year, we've grown kale, herbs, lettuce, violas, even in the middle of winter, thanks to our climate-controlled conditions. So for some background, last year, Riverdale's Director of Environmental Stewardship and I petitioned to the school to bring a hydroponic freight farm to campus. Back in September, when the farm showed up, neither of us really knew what we were doing. But after a brief orientation from freight farm employees, we dove in head first. Now, 8 months later, we've not only figured it out, but we've created a hydroponics mini course lecturing fellow students on why this type of farming matters. So here's the real question. Why does this farming matter? Hydroponics uses up to 90% less water than traditional agricultural methods. That's huge, especially for areas where clean water is scarce. It also takes up much less space. Because we go vertically, this kind of farming can happen really anywhere, in cities, on rooftops, or most importantly, where the land isn't adequately suited for traditional farming methods. So even better, it's all indoors, so we don't need any harmful chemical pesticides. This means cleaner food and a healthier environment. Traditional agriculture can also involve heavy water use, long-distance transportation, and emissions from pesticides and fertilizers. Hydroponics cuts down on all of that. So for example, one of my favorite experiences from this past year was the day I harvested 8 pounds of fresh, crunchy kale from our freight farm, brought it to Mr. Benson, the head of our kitchen team, and his staff, and that very same day, they cooked it into one of the best kale salads I've ever eaten. It's fresh, crunchy, just delicious all around. That wasn't the best part though. The best part was that it was grown just steps away from where it was served. That's what hyperlocal, sustainable farming looks like. It made our cafeteria feel like a farm-to-table restaurant. So now here's where you guys come in. What if the farm came to you? What if your workplace had a shipping container garden outside or a living wall of herbs in the break room? These small steps not only change the way we eat and think about our food, but they also reduce the strain on our planet. By using less land, less water, and fewer chemicals, hydroponics and regenerative farming can bring us closer to a future where we produce food without exhausting our planet or clear-cutting our forests. A future where the footprint of our food is as small as the space it's grown in. To me, that's what hydroponics is all about. It's about rethinking how we grow our food, smarter and more sustainably. Because the future of farming is here. It needs all of us. So thank you.